What's up guys, Kyle Thompson here with Real Estate Group, and today I'm bringing you the monthly market update for November. We're going to be covering a composite of all property types. Let's jump right into it. So last month we had 139 sold listings, 275 new listings. The average list price was $693,878. Average sale price was $662,250. The average days on market to sell was 44. We ended the month with a monthly inventory of 755, which gives us a monthly supply of inventory of 4.72, which does put us slightly into seller's market territory. However, when we look at the sales to new listing ratio instead, we see that by this metric, we're right smack in the middle of a balanced market. We did have a slight bounce last month, but that's because although sales fell last month, listings fell by quite a bit more. We can see that when we look over at the inventory. Last month, we had the lowest amount of new listings since March of this year. We continue to have more expired listings than last month, coming in at 82, which is the highest to sold to expired ratio that we've seen since January. This is also the first month that we had the benchmark price fall since January. Benchmark price fell by almost 3%, or $14,800, from $602,000 to $585,200. As always, we're going to zoom out for a moment to keep these numbers in context, and then we will look at this on a more granular level. So, new listings year to date came in at 3,181, which is about 6% lower than the 10-year average of 3,397. When we hop over and take a look at the sales, we see a much more extreme drop. Year to date, we've had 1,735 new sales, which is about 18% below the 10-year average of 2,105. This is the lowest amount of sales that we've had year to date in the last 10 years. That is actually quite notable considering how much Kamloops has grown over the last decade. Now let's take a look at the units sold year over year by sub-area type. When we do that, we see that sales are flat or down across the board other than in Pineview and in Pinnetan, with areas like Sun Peaks, Rayleigh, Heffley, and Batch being hit the hardest. Take a look at what that does to the average sale price. We see that areas like Rayleigh, Pineview, and Dufferin are down the most, whereas Valley View, Tobiano, and Sun Peaks seem to be faring the best. It does look like Paul Lake and Red Lake have the largest gains and loss respectively. However, the property types vary so much in those areas and there's such low sales volume that it tends to be a noisy signal. Now let's take a look at how long it's taking properties to sell. So as always, we'll start with the 10-year view and then zoom in. So year to date, the average days on market to sell has been 50 days, which is about 12% lower than the 10-year average of 57. Although sales are down, things do seem to be moving at a decent pace. When we jump over and take a look at the month-to-month numbers instead, we see that October, the average days on market to sell was 45, which is about 14% below the 12-month average of 52. Finally, let's take a look at the sub-area type year-over-year numbers. As always, we're going to focus on how long it's taking the properties to sell as opposed to the percentage change. When we do that, we see that Rayleigh, Westside, and Heffley are moving the fastest with an average days on market to sell below 40, whereas areas like Paul Lake, Knutsford, Monty Lake, McClure, and Campbell Creek are taking at least twice as long, with each of those areas taking 80 days or longer. That's the breakdown of what happened last month for all property types. Next week, I'll be bringing you a breakdown of single-family dwellings. As always, if you have any suggestions of things you would like to see in these market updates or any general feedback, feel free to leave your comments in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.